The BA Breakdown every Tuesday at 5:05. The KRMG Evening News with Skyler Cooper. It's our chance to check in with Broken Arrow City Manager Michael Spurgeon. He joins us live. Michael, how you doing?
Skyler, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good. I wanted to start with something because I generally observe things in BA and I think, I want to talk to Michael about this. One of them was walking the dog over the weekend, just around the corner from the house, and I see the wonderful progress on that senior center down on Main Street, just north of 91st Street. I wanted to see if you could give us an update on the progress there and what kind of things we're going to see there.
That's a great question, and I'm glad that you asked it. Skyler, back in 2018, voters in Broken Arrow approved about $4 million to build an annex to our current senior facility and to build a parking lot to service Arrowhead Sports Complex where they play girls softball. So it was a combination of a parking lot and the annex. And the annex is about 12,500 square feet, and the parking spaces, there's going to be about 200 of them. Anybody have seen Arrowhead Sports Complex on the weekends during the summer, they know that it's just an amazing place to play softball. And we just had to have additional parking, especially when we opened Station 7 right across the street from the complex. The new Senior Annex, it's going to be amazing. It's much needed because we have so many folks that are actually going to the existing center. The annex, which should be open within the next couple of months, we're just trying to finalize everything to get the certificate of occupancies. It's going to have an exercise room, a catering kitchen, small activities room. It's just going to be a place that the seniors in our community and the surrounding areas can actually go and have fellowship and stay active. And the other thing we're doing is we're actually looking at the senior services that we provide over the next 9 to 10 months to make sure that we're being very, very proactive and contemporary with everything we offer to our seniors.
I wanted to go to something we sort of touched on before. I think this was last week. We mentioned New Orleans Square. I know that the City Council tonight is going to be considering the final plans for those intersection improvements that you talked about. Let's just remind folks a little bit about what those improvements will look like, and then if you could tell me the process tonight's meeting for this approval.
Well, I love economic development, and some people think economic development is primarily new businesses, and I believe that your community does well when you can get the expansion or the revitalization of existing areas. And I'm so excited that we continue our efforts to revitalize New Orleans and Elm Place, because that's such an important part of the south part of our community. And tonight, the council is going to be considering the final determination on what type of improvements that we are going to have at the intersection of New Orleans and Elm Place. And what we're going to be looking at is what is the best design for moving traffic through there. Taking into consideration is we want to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to see all the businesses that are happening there. So you're going to see a reconfiguration in some ways of the intersection. Secondly, you're going to see plants and shrubs. You're going to see improved lighting. We're going to widen the sidewalks to provide more connectivity. You're going to see upgrades to the traffic signals, and we're going to have enhanced crosswalks for safety. So that's what's going to be considered. Timeline-wise, I would expect that we will be looking to open bids for the intersection work sometime in May. And then based on signing contracts and getting everything executed with the contractor, we should see construction start sometime in June, and it's going to take, weather permitting, probably about 9 or 10 months to complete the work.
Let's go a little further south and then over to Aspen. I know that there's an agenda tonight on the City Council for your Economic Development Manager, Jennifer Rush, and the CEO of the Economic Development Corporation with Jennifer Conway, talking about the South Broken Arrow TIF and that Aspen Ridge development. You mentioned this kind of in passing last week, talking about where the new Reesers will be there, just north of, I think it's 111th and Aspen, right, or near 111th Street. What's the latest on all that?
Well, just stepping back more broadly is, I believe after public safety and taking care of your community, making it safe, probably the second most important thing you can do is economic development administration, because that's where you actually grow existing businesses or bring new business to your community. It creates the wealth that you need in order to provide great city services like we have here in Broken Arrow. So we're always looking to try to expand. And South Broken Arrow has been an area that the number of homes that have been built the last 5 or 6 years, it's got a lot of attention from developers on what they could do to invest. And the city's going to try to help that by implementing our TIF district, which we created in the summer of last year, which is going to help provide funding that the city can build the public infrastructure and to incentivize any developer that may need some assistance like Reesers in order to help them bring a business to our community. And so tonight, I've asked Jennifer Rush and Jennifer Conway to give periodic, in this case, it'll probably be quarterly updates to the city council, which we could push out through our communications team and Aaron McCulloch to what's going on with the development, because everyone wants to know what's happening. There's a lot of public infrastructure that has been built there by the city, the new roads, the lights are starting to go up. What everybody wants to know is when Research is start coming out of the ground, as well as the other businesses. And so I'm excited to say that we should start to see the developer at building the dirt work and actually building the base foundations probably later this summer. And we have a lot of exciting announcements that we will be making over the next, I would say, probably 6 to 9 months. The new businesses that we would like to locate into South Broken Arrow. So we're excited about all the new businesses that are going to be coming.
You want to break some news tonight here on KRMG, or at least tease us a little? What kind of businesses will we see there with Research?
Well, actually, what's pretty cool about Research is they're required to do at least 60,000 square feet, and they've actually decided to up the square footage of their store to about 65,000 square feet, which just shows you the type of store they want to bring to South Broken Arrow. It's going to be state of the art. And I will say this: I really can't give you the name of any exciting business, but I can tell you a number of the businesses, especially retail and commercial folks, are going to be in our community and around the area, going to be very familiar with those businesses. And it's going to be many of the businesses that they have been asking for to bring to South Broken Arrow. And so we're excited about that. I can tell you that the developer, by the end of next year, Skyler, has to have by contract approximately 200,000 square feet of commercial retail space completed, as well as there's going to be a multifamily apartment complex that has about 168 units that's going to give you what we call built-in density to support those businesses. And so I think over the next 3 to 4 months, once we get the clearance from the developer, we will start making announcements of which businesses are going to be coming to our community. And I believe folks are going to be very happy.
Michael Spurgeon, the Broken Arrow City Manager, out of time for this Tuesday, but join us next Tuesday, each Tuesday at 5:05 for the BA Breakdown. Michael, have a great night.
Take care, my friend. Talk to you next week.